Here's a good quote for you. There's nothing more expensive than trying to save money. Every contractor wants to make a profit, and today we're going to explore where your profit should come from and how it directly impacts your business. But first, you're going to need to destroy that like button for the YouTube algorithm, since that is by far the best way you can help to support this channel. Don't forget to subscribe for more great quality content, and make sure you hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Now that that's out of the way, let's get down to dirt. So where does your profit come from as a contractor? Gross profit margins are a percentage of your revenue. So let's say you took in $100 for a project and it only cost you $50 to produce that good or service. You would then make a 50% gross profit. Gross profit is from the markups, and it's usually a percentage a contractor adds on to the material, labor, and equipment it takes to complete a project. The problem most contractors run into is that they don't understand the difference between markups and gross profit. Markups and your profit margin are calculated differently. The amount you mark up your material does not equal your profit margin percentage. Understand the difference so you can more accurately set your markups to make the profit you're expecting. Let's say that you pay for a part and it's $100. You mark it up to $150 and it gives you 50% markup. Multiply the 100 by 0.5 to get your $50 markup. To get your margin, divide the markup, in this case $50, by your cost, $100. You get 0.33 or 33%. In this example, a 50% markup equals 33% profit margin. So charging an adequate profit provides the incentive an entrepreneur needs in order to take the risk associated with owning a contracting business, or any other business for that matter. It's the reward the business owner gets for taking the risk, and there are most certainly a lot of risk in contracting. It's a hazardous profession no matter what trade you're in. I do it for the thrills, baby. There are a lot of people out there who believe that contractors are evil, selfish people because of the money that they charge, but I assure you, most are not. Contractors are typically in the business of helping people who do not have the skill sets to fix, build, or have the time to complete their own projects themselves. And profit is the driving force for a contractor to work so diligently for their clients. If a contractor is confident of their pricing, they're more likely to perform higher quality craftsmanship, answer their phones or emails, lend better guidance on projects, hire more people to keep up customer relations, and work harder for the customer satisfaction. You know, going that extra mile. There are so many guys out there who want to go the extra mile, but they can't because they're making a very small profit. Profit also allows the business to grow. It gives the business the opportunity to buy new equipment, expand into new markets, become innovative, and look for solutions for common problems, and create security during economic downturns. It's the safety net we build to keep ourselves solvent in the worst of times, and it motivates us to help our clients when we thrive. Contractors are also more likely to make mistakes if they're not charging enough profit. By having the profit as a cushion, it allows the contractor to be more methodical about the delivery of their service. Like I said before, it's the incentive to do better work for our clients. So real quick, I just want you to hit that like button for me if you're getting anything helpful out of this. It helps my channel grow, and it gives me the incentive to give you more great quality content. Also, comment below and let me know how you guys mark up your projects. Some cons of not charging enough profit. So shit happens on job sites. We've all heard the horror stories. I've heard of contractors losing their business because they made a mistake out in the field. Unfortunately, it's common occurrence, and it's because they're not charging enough profit. They feel like they have to rush things. I've had a demo saw turn on me when it bound up suddenly when I was cutting an I-beam. The blade nearly went through my rib cage. I mean, I could have died and wouldn't be here with you guys to hang out, and you'd miss me, and your days would be filled with dark clouds. So I keep the shirt as a reminder of how risky demolition can be. And here it is for you guys. You see this? Look at the size of that hole. I mean, it goes from here to here. Dude, it was a split second. It was like that quick. And that was because I was hurrying to try to get something done, and that project didn't have a good particular margin, and I messed up. Constant reminder for not only myself, but you guys as well. Make sure that you operate safely. Don't go out there and get yourself hurt because you want to save a buck. It is not worth it. Don't do it. Safety is key, all right? So when you're not charging enough profit as a business owner, especially as an owner-operator, you feel that anxiety of trying to get something done in a specific amount of time because you're worried that you're not going to make enough money on the project. Also, I know guys who have died from accidents. One guy I know died from cancer because he was exposed to asbestos, and the other guy got his head lobbed off by a machine, like literally. Both are tragedies. I've heard of people losing body parts simply because they wanted to beat the clock. It's not worth it. And when it comes down to it, it was because they felt the pressure to skip one safety step because the company wouldn't make a large enough profit on the project. Contracting is just a risky business. If you rush to complete a project, it increases the likelihood of making mistakes and therefore costing you more money in the long run. So let's recap. By charging the right profit margin, you can remove the stress and provide the quality service your customers need because you are a quality contractor, not a quantity contractor. Quality is the most important product of our efforts. It gives the customer a reason to pass your name on to friends, family, and to post things online about your exceptional abilities. So remember, if you have a good profit margin on a project, be sure to give the client the absolute best you have to offer. Be worth what you charge. Be worth it. On the other hand, if you always have to have the lowest estimate, you'll still have your name passed around, but you'll get to be known as the cheaper contractor or the quantity contractor, not the quality contractor. When clients hire us, they get the quality they deserve, and we say no to customers that just look for the cheapest bid because we aren't the cheapest contractor. Here's why. If you charge a small profit for your expertise, sure, you'll get a ton of work, but you'll wear out your equipment faster and you'll have to perform more work for the same profit margin a quality-focused contractor gets. Not to mention, you'll always be worried about accidents, breakdowns, wintertime, etc., etc., etc. Quantity contractors will have to work potentially twice as hard as a quality contractor for the same profit margin. It's weird how it works out, but it's absolutely true. It takes significantly more physical effort and time to amass a comparable profit over the same duration. And if you work on a 10% margin, good luck catching up or even remaining in business when a disaster strikes. So how much markup should you tack onto your materials, labor, and equipment? That's a pretty good question, right? We're gonna get into all that, but before we do, hit the like button below. I mean, this is some pretty good stuff. You gotta admit it. Oh wait. No, seriously. Hit the button, man. Did he hit the button yet? Okay, so a reasonable profit is determined by the size of a project and the risk associated with the project involved. Work involved. It's fucking work. Okay, so a reasonable profit is determined by the size of the project and or the risk associated with the work involved. For instance, a contractor who pressure washes concrete driveways all day may charge a smaller profit of, let's say, 15 to 20% because the risk is minimal and the equipment is relatively inexpensive. But you take that same contractor and you put them on an 1812 roof to clean the moss from the shingles, and all of a sudden their profit margin exceeds 50%. That's because there's a lot more safety risk. Additionally, there may be more equipment needed like roof anchors, man lifts, and not to mention, they take on significantly more liability as they have to get a different type of insurance to cover them. To tell you the truth, I'm glad to pay somebody an additional 50% profit margin to keep me off of a roof. No thank you. And you also have to consider if that contractor ever falls off and turns into a vegetable, their client's not going to come to their house to wipe their ass or pay their bills. So depending on what you do as a contractor, I suggest a minimum of 33% markup on your materials, labor, and equipment. That'll give you about a 25% profit margin. Any less and you start creeping back into the quantity contractor status where all the worry, gray hair, and alcoholism resides. But I tend to believe a professional contractor should mark their services up by 100% to get a 50% margin. It's easy to calculate. All you have to do is calculate all your burdens for the project, your material, your estimated hours, machine time on a daily or weekly basis, fuel, and then multiply them by 2. This way, when disaster strikes, you have the capital to overcome the financial burden. If you feel apprehensive about adding 100% markup to the cost of your services, you may not be cut out for contracting. Don't feel like you're doing something wrong, because you're not. You need to grow too. Anyway, guys, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more great quality content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Make sure you share this with your friends. And next week, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about dump trucks. After that, I plan on alternating weeks for material. One week we'll do something for contractors. The next week we'll do something for homeowners, and then, just repeat. And don't forget to let me know what you guys thought about this week's video. Good, bad, or indifferent. If you want me to cover a specific topic, please leave it in the comments below and I will do my best to get something started. This is a community, guys, and I really enjoy sharing knowledge with you, and I hope you guys can share some knowledge with me as well. Let's help each other grow. Thanks again for checking out the video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Take care. Anyway, guys, thanks for sticking around. I know that was a hard one. Quality is the most important. Quality is the most important Quality is the most important. So anyway, guys, thank you for sticking around.